Welcome back to GCSE Physics by SmartPath Tutoring. This video is on forces and elasticity. Stretching, compressing, or bending transfers energy. When you apply a force to an object, you may cause it to stretch, compress, or bend. To do this, you need more than one force acting on the object. Otherwise, the object would simply move in the direction of the applied force, instead of changing shape. An object has been elastically deformed if it can go back to its original shape and length after the force has been removed. Objects that can be elastically deformed are called elastic objects, for example, a spring. An object has been inelastically deformed if it doesn't return to its original shape and length after the force has been removed. Work is done when a force stretches or compresses an object and causes energy to be transferred to the elastic potential energy store of the object. If it is elastically deformed, all of the energy is transferred to the object's elastic potential energy store. Extension is directly proportional to force. If a spring is supported at the top and then a weight is attached to the bottom, it stretches. The extension of a stretched spring or other elastic object is directly proportional to the load or force applied. This is the equation. Force equals spring constant times extension. The spring constant depends on the material that you are stretching. A stiffer spring has a greater spring constant. The equation also works for compression, where E is just the difference between the natural and compressed lengths, the compression. But this stops working when the force is great enough. There is a limit on the amount of force that you can apply to an object for the extension to keep on increasing proportionally. The graph shows force against extension for an elastic object. There is a maximum force above which the graph curves, showing that extension is no longer proportional to force. This is known as the limit of proportionality and is shown on the graph at the point marked P. You might see graphs with these axes the other way around. Extension force graphs. The graph still starts with a straight part, but starts to curve upwards once we go past the limit of proportionality instead of downwards. That's the end of the video. I hope that you all enjoyed.